been pushed because I'm not the producer tonight.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all got me all natural tonight. I just got back from kickboxing. But I'm going to mute myself out, so start talking because I'm almost done with their
Okay, go ahead. So we recorded a whole episode. Well, actually, it didn't technically get recorded. We recorded a whole episode last week talking about TV cancellations and what's been renewed. And we did that whole episode, and it wasn't until the very end that I realized I didn't hit live. By the way, welcome to It's On. It's a podcast talking about all TV, all things TV. We decided to create this podcast because we have a third member of the three amigos over at the Size Up who don't watch all the shows that we talk about. So, since we did that, we created it. I'm so glad we have a producer here because I don't even know what I'll be doing. I don't be knowing. So at any rate, since we have created this podcast, we've recorded a ton of episodes that we have on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, that sort of thing. I don't even know if people listen to us. We just be talking every week. I got to get on there. At any rate, we decided to go live. We were supposed to go live last month, I think. We were supposed to have a tutorial on this. That didn't happen. My lipstick is bothering me now. That didn't happen. So because that did not happen, we decided to, we ended up having to play with this and get shifted into this position because our normal producer over at the Size Up took a little break. So we decided to kind of learn a little bit, and we're learning as we go. So thank you guys for joining us here on the YouTube channel of the Size Up. We will probably be going live from this page for a little bit until we get everything up and running with It's On. Baby steps.
Baby steps. That's all it is baby steps.
I love this. So So we're going to get kicked off. Tonight we're talking about renewals and cancellations. That's our main topic. But we have to go through our little spill of weekly shows that we kind of tune into once a week. And what we're going to do tonight is we're going to kick it off with The Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, I vowed that when Monique left, that our sister was not going to watch.
I was still going to watch
Potomac.
I was still going to watch.
That I wasn't going to do it. I had made that decision. I had made up in my mind because I felt like they did Monique wrong. A lot of people don't feel that way, but
you know what? Monique is fine. Monique is fine.
She don't need that Bravo chick.
I'm still Team Monique. I am still Team Monique.
I'm still Team Monique. However, when I saw this good trailer,
I'm telling you, Wendy is making a good name of Wendy.
Dr. Wendy is not playing with the girls this season. So
and then she said, now I see what they were saying about you.
Yeah. So apparently, here we go. Let's just dig into it. Let's
dig into it.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So, first of all, we're going to start with the last lady, Giselle Bryant.
Giselle, we know you don't have a relationship with the pastor.
So they're going to be taping during COVID, apparently, or the pandemic. And here again, let me tell y'all something. Some of these places were wide open. Okay. Still, I don't know what DC's take was on it because Potomac is a neighborhood in the DC area. People who have money live in Potomac. Okay. So Giselle is talking about her failed relationship once again with Jamal Bryant. How that didn't work because the pandemic didn't work out for their relationship. Mm-hmm.
What relationship?
Yeah, I didn't believe that. Let's move.
I can see them being co-parents because they got the daughters, but
Well,
other than
and
that,
you know what? I never really saw him as a co-parent because he has all the children all over the world. So I never saw him being a co-parent. Like, have you really been there for the kids? Were not here for it. Let me just tell you, last season they weren't there for their daddy at
and
all.
they told their mama that.
Huh?
They told their mama that, and then you know what tripped me out the most? Okay, she wouldn't listen to them about Jamal Bryant. But then when she told them what happened with Candace and Monique, my daughter said, I shouldn't hang around with people like you. You're messing up my brand and the way I look. So I'm going to listen to what my daughter said. But you didn't listen to them when they told you they ain't like you with the daddy.
I didn't think the baby said that to her, but
I don't think so either.
I will move forward. So
I
then
digress.
we have Candace, who has made her husband her manager.
So
And
he's no longer doing the restaurant thing?
I don't know, but let's go here. Keep in mind,
go ahead.
Candace she has a decent singing voice, and she's beginning to acting, and I have enjoyed seeing her on the things that I have seen her. I will give sis that. She has done a great job acting. She really, really has. I got to catch the episode finally on Family Reunion where she and Kenya and Brandy and
that was funny.
That was hilarious. I like that. And then the movie that she did, the Christmas movie that she did, I enjoyed that. She did a good job. Girlfriend is taking her acting lessons and she's doing what she does. So I always give props where props are due. Okay. She's done a good job. Now the husband is stepping in and being husbander. I don't know what that's going to mean for their relationship. It looks like it's going to be some friction between them over that. Then we have the good Robin here. Oh, Robin, and Juan are having friction in their relationship. Maybe there won't be a wedding for Robin and Juan. I don't know. I personally feel like if this is your second time around with the same person, the courthouse will do just fine. That's just my thought process, but you know, who knows? And then, oh, Wendy. The rumors, and we talked about this on the sides up, going around about her husband cheating on her with another person that works at his law firm that just so happened to be white, makes it around the Potomac airwaves. And in it making it around the Potomac airwaves, things happen.
And the reason why she shut up at the reunion because she didn't want
Monique. I think it was in Monique's binder. I don't care what nobody say. Monique had tea on everybody. And I wholeheartedly believe that she had that tea in her binder. I'm just gonna keep it 100. I think that's why that mouth was closed. However, she and Giselle are going to fall out. There is a new chick on the block. Mia, I cannot remember Mia's last name right now.
Let me go back.
But she is a high-powered businesswoman. Her husband has coins. They have the children. They are adorable. And Mia is not here. She did not come to play with the girls either. She apparently is Team Karen, as we see. So I believe that Wendy and Karen and Mia are going to be on one side. Ashley's probably going to be in the middle. And I think that Candace and the Green-Eyed Bandits are going to be on another side.
And see that right there kind of got me confused because in the beginning of the fifth season, the beginning of last season, Candace and Giselle was beefing hard.
They were. They absolutely were. They were. So maybe the fish to fry now is Wendy. Okay. Wendy is not Monique. Wendy's not going to take it, which I don't even know why they tried it, because you saw how Wendy came for Ashley, and Ashley ain't do nothing wrong on last season. No, I think they have to have a scapegoat, and the scapegoat this season is going to be Wendy. I don't know that Candace is going to be on the chopping block anytime soon. I don't know how they feel about the new girl. I do see that the new girl and Candace are gonna have a whole salad fight, and it's gonna be on. Wendy's gonna threaten to kick old Giselle's behind. Oh, it's gonna be juicy, and I can't wait to see it. I'm excited. So, Andy, you have reeled me in. I was highly disappointed with Real Housewives of Atlanta, although I'm sure y'all got a camera in Portia's face right now.
And then he cut the New Jersey Housewives season short. So that was like,
I feel like they should have done something different during the pandemic. I don't think they should have shot during the pandemic because y'all don't have nothing to shoot, especially if everything is shut down. What are you going to do? Well,
actually, hardly anything was shut down. Where they was going, it was people there.
It was. But here's my thing. You didn't have many choices. You couldn't really shoot. I'm sure their days were shortened because you had curfews going on during that time. And I don't know what everybody's restrictions were during that time, but I know that there were curfews. There were things that they couldn't do. They couldn't take certain trips. Do you see what I'm saying? Like they couldn't go overseas was just out of the question. You know what I'm saying? So there are a lot of things that, didn't work out for them. And so some of the things that they may have had planned or ideas from got cut short. What you gonna do? Go to the beach in New Jersey? I mean, and then y'all fighting over my husband don't want me to work, he want me to work. I'm mad because I done said your daughter was on cocaine. Like what are we shooting? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I'm here for this season of Potomac. Now, if the trailer is the best that we can do, I'm gonna be highly upset again. But I feel this. Let me tell you something. I had said I was done watching Salt Lake, but when that girl got arrested, I said I cannot wait to see Salt Lake. I'm in. She's gonna get arrested. Let's see that. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing things to kind of pique my interest a little bit. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens with the Real Housewives of Potomac. If you have not caught the trailer, make sure that you watch it. It is entertaining.
It is.
I woke up when I saw it. I woke up when I saw it. Okay. All right. Next slide. We're gonna kick it off this week. Talking about Pose. Now, I did not change the picture because we talked about this episode. So we're going to do a brief recap of this episode, and then we'll talk about this week's episode that just aired last night. So on this episode of Pose, Pray Tell goes home.
Well, first, we know that Pray Tell in the beginning, Pray Tell finds out he has night sweats and he's urinating in the bed and he's changing bed sheets throughout the night. Okay. So he went and then he noticed he had a lump on between the neck and his shoulder blades. Yeah. And so he goes to the doctor and he has what's her name? Bianca and that nurse, what's the nurse name? We forgot about it, the white nurse.
And I found her name last week. Let me find it. Keep talking.
Okay. So he's with the nurse friend and Bianca. Blanca, whatever. And so the doctor comes in and said they had to leave, and Pray Tell was like, no.
They're my family.
They're my family, so you can tell me in front of them. So he said he had lymphoma. Judy. Okay.
They never call her name though, but Judy is her name.
Okay. Yeah. So he has lymphoma that is due to, it was like AIDS related cancer.
But it's cancer. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he was like, basically, how long do I have to live? You got about 6 months to live.
Yeah.
So that's why I told Faith that I think the way they're going to end it, I got another with him dying and also Electra going to die. Electra gonna die, and we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna tell you why when we talk about the next episode.
Dying, but
I'm gonna tell you why. But go ahead. Okay, so he goes home, and his mom is happy to see him.
And let's talk about these three queens that hit this screen. You have
Thelma from Amen.
Amen. You have Aunt Viv as one of the aunties, and you got Jackie Harry as one of the aunties. Mm-hmm. And I'm super excited for these three queens to be on this show. I love Janet Hubert. I don't care what nobody say. Aunt Viv was my girl, and she is the only true Aunt Viv to me. Now, keep in mind, nothing against
the light skinned one, but not. As you can see, that's Aunt Viv right next to Pray Tell.
Yes, that is Aunt Viv right there, and she did her job. Those sisters can act, and I love it. I love the dynamic that they had there. Aunt Viv was the choir director at the church. His mom.
He can sing. He can sing too.
Oh yeah, that boy can sing in real life. We talked about this yesterday on the Size Up. There's a song.
Show me.
And a lot of people thought that it was what's his name?
Glenn Jones or something like that.
Glenn Jones. And I said, I think Glenn had a version of it, but the version that they played on the radio was and when I tell you he was,
when I saw that video, I was like,
but I can't look at that video the same anymore because we know his truth now. At the time, it was kind of not, that wasn't the thing. The thing was not to be gay.
And right now, every time I see Billy Porter, I see him in that hat.
Yeah.
That hat, that chain, that closed the curtain.
Yes. I love it. I just love him. He's unapologetically who he is, and he doesn't apologize for it. And I'm glad that now he's able to walk in his truth. And I love it. I love that about him. So we got him at home. There are a lot of dynamics going on. His mom is upset. We find out he was also molested by his stepfather, which we kind of got a glimpse of that when he was in the hospital, when he got sick from HIV prior to this season, and he was in the hospital because he was seeing the stepfather in his dreams and going through kind of different changes. So we kind of got a glimpse of that. His mom knew what was going on, but at the time when he was growing up, not to have a man was not what was hot either. Dad died, I had to do something. And that's a lot of children's story. That's a lot of children's stories. Mama get boyfriend or get husband who mistreats their children, and they not necessarily that they're okay with it, but they feel like they can't do better or they can't do anything different. Now keep in mind, I am the type of woman who will go to jail over my children.
What?
Gladly, proudly. Come on and lock me up.
I will be a Lorena Bobbitt.
I killed them, and I wish they burned in hell. That's me.
Yes, I would know me. I would be a Lorena Bobbitt on steroids.
Oh, so I feel like that should be parents' approach, but that so many times that's not the case. We also find out that Pray Tell and the preacher had a torrid affair back in the day.
But he wasn't a preacher back then.
He wasn't a preacher back then. He just sang in the choir with Pray. And we find out, keep it little.
And then the preacher married Pray Tell.
Married his best friend.
So who knew that he was gay. So she knew he was gay.
So he had a beard. So let's go here. Little known fact. The guy that plays the preacher in this episode was also the boyfriend of Olivia Pope in Scandal, and called her out because the rumor was that she was with the president, but they couldn't prove it at the time. And then, fast forward later on, it was out in the open, and he was like, so it wasn't no lie. No, it wasn't. He hated her guts. It was what it was.
He was also on Sex and the City too.
What's that?
He just did a cameo at the wedding, and he was with another white dude and Samantha, and he was like, Samantha, I gotta know, what all have you had done? And she was like, I'm all natural. He was like, I need names. And then the fine guy comes by.
I wonder if he's a part of the community in real life. That's
probably so.
Okay, so Pray tells Aunt is taking over his estate. She's gonna make sure that he has everything that he wants.
She asked him what he wants,
right.
And he told her that he wants to be cremated, and he wants each people that he loves dearly to have a piece of him in a locket.
Right.
And do not give Electra a necklace, no matter how hard she yells or screams.
Speaking of Electra, darling, has signed her business away. Not signed it away. I'm not gonna say signed.
Okay, so are we going into the next?
We're going
episode?
to the next episode. Yes.
Okay.
Electra has decided that, guess what?
I want money. You know that song? I wanna be rich. Da, 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 da. The big collectors, they're in my phone.
I love it. Do you understand what I'm saying? She has a deal with the mob. They cleaning money through her phone sex
operator
and
business.
She's expanding and she's making money and she stay on 5th Avenue and she shops at the best and she eats the best. That girl said, I eat caviar because it keeps my brain sharp so I can read these people for filth. I fell off the couch. Do you understand what I'm saying? That girl said, I could read them for filth.
But see, now, this is the reason why I said she's going to end up dying. Because you remember, they arrested her the episode before Pray Tell's episode. And they had she had Blanca and the other guys to get their trunk, their guy out there, and stuff like that. If the cops are on her, the mob ain't gonna want nobody who witnessed anything that they do to be alive.
But you know what? The charges got cleared. You know that, right?
Charges I know that. I know that.
So
I know that.
They got it.
Even though they got cleared and dropped, doesn't mean they're not going to be watching her.
What they watching her for? She doing phone sex. It was perfectly legal. And they got rid of the body. So
they got rid of the body.
The body's gone bye-bye.
I'm just saying. I just got a feeling.
That'll be super dramatic. I don't think so.
It will be super dramatic. They got to leave out with a bang, honey.
I don't need to leave out with a bang.
Let me tell you, I'm telling you, my gut is telling me that because she's mixed up with those mafia guys, and then she had them to threaten that wedding guy.
Guess what? The wedding guy ain't gonna say nothing. He's not gonna say anything. He's not finna press charges against the mafia. He's not doing. He don't know why. He does not know. So here's my thing. Let me tell you why I don't think that he's gonna catch on to that. The reason why I don't think he's gonna catch on to that is because, first of all, in his mind, he assumes that those mafia guys are just like him, who does not agree with the lifestyle that they live. You see what I'm saying? So never in a million years is that little bitty white bald-headed man who done lost his business and it didn't take a pandemic to knock it out. Never in a million years is he going to put 2 and 2 together for it to equal 4, because these are macho men that came in his establishment and stole from him, period. They probably didn't mention Electra's name. They didn't do anything. She said, y'all can sell them dresses to your mob folk. He just thinks it's another mob hit. That's it. They made it look like that because they're smart. They're smart criminals. That's why they were able to be for so long. I'm just saying. I don't think Electra gonna die.
I think so.
I do think Pray Tell. I do. It does make sense that Pray Tell would die and they would end the series with that. By the way, Pose, this is its last season.
Only 3 seasons.
I don't like it. I wish somebody else would pick it up.
But they did go through the 80s really quick, and then second season was the beginning of the 90s, because that's when the Vogue and stuff came out and stuff. So
right. But it would have been interesting to see it go further, if that makes sense. They don't have Damon was seen on like the first episode, but you haven't seen Damon since, because Damon's sister got killed in real life in Alabama. So he kind of made his exit, stage left, if you will. It would be nice if he would show up later on, but I don't know if that's gonna happen because that, with everything that took place, I don't know what their shooting schedule was. I don't know if it fit into his. He's a very talented actor, the young man that plays him. So he's truly missed because I loved the drama in the shade he threw too. He was amazing. At any rate, this is Electra's time to be the fairy godmother that she's never been. She she got Blanca new furniture.
She wanted to pay for is it Angelique's or Angel's dress?
Angel's wedding, not just the dress. She's paying for the entire wedding, and she's doing
at the plaza.
At the plaza, and Angel's getting married to Poppy. What is interesting is, although all this stuff is happening, at first Poppy did not want a big wedding. They had planned for something small and intimate, and that was that on that. And then here comes Electra saying no. Poppy got into it with Electra. Electra was like, hold on, you don't understand what this means for us all. And then he got it. So he was like, okay, I'm going to let y'all do what y'all want to do. I'll just be over here doing my thug thizzle and being, the businessman that I'm out here trying to be. Well,
Esteban, that's his name, not Poppy. It's Esteban.
His nickname is Poppy.
Poppy.
That's what they call him. Yeah, they call him Poppy. Yeah. So Poppy gets a wrench thrown in his happily ever after. He finds out that his ex-girlfriend had a child that happens to be his, and he's been living with his aunt, but he wants to bring his son home. Angel ain't for it. Angel's like, nope. I don't want this. I'm not gonna do this. So I thought the wedding was over at that point. I thought, okay, she's gonna call it off. We don't know, but I thought it was very nice to see them, go through the whole like bridal shower-esque stuff, bachelorette party. They did the spa day. They did it all. She got to try on the dresses before the owner came and saw that they were all, originally men. So we went through the different stages, and we were able to just kind of see how that worked for them and how they got their dream. And then we saw the dream get crushed when Angel found out. And let me say this. I'm really, really proud that he wanted to step up and say, hey, I want to raise this baby. That's my baby. He doesn't have anybody but his aunt. And, that ain't her child. That's my child. What I look like leaving him, behind now. So Angel's going to have to deal with her own little thing to struggle through it. And hopefully and prayerfully, in her struggling through that, hopefully and prayerfully she'll come to. I hope to God she does. Because that's a beautiful, that little boy was cutie.
So cute.
That's his father. So and he needs that time with his dad. So I definitely am interested in seeing this. I haven't seen Blanca's spoon. That's the other thing. But it hadn't really been centered around Blanca.
Yeah.
It hadn't been really centered around Blanca. She talked about him in this episode, but it just hadn't been centered around her. We know that she's going to school to be a nurse. We know that, of course, Electra's doing her thing. What's the other baby's name that be with them all the time? The
Latino chick. Is it Lulu?
Lulu. We know that Lulu is starting to do accounting. She's always wanted to go to school. That didn't work out. Of course, she's dealt with her own demons with, being sober and that sort of thing, because she took Candy's death the hardest, and she should, because that was her homie, And we know that Angel is doing her modeling thing, and she's been able to model overseas and do this, and they've been able to save money and really, really be a power couple in the fashion industry. So I love that.
Okay, I think the girl that plays Lulu is the only natural born woman on the show.
She's not.
Besides Sarah, Sarah Bernhardt. Well, she's not.
None of them are. All of them are. Yeah. Yeah. She's not. She look like it, but she ain't. I read their backgrounds. I'm a little nerd. I'm a whole nerd.
I'm reading it, but I'm like, okay. Okay, I see it now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I read all their backgrounds. I wanted to know.
I still like that episode where they was in the is it Martha's Vineyard? That's where they was at. Martha's Vineyard.
That was
and
awesome.
she was reading that woman.
And she read that little man. She read that man in that bridal shop for filth. Dragged him, honey. And then the guy who was helping them quit his job.
He sure did. He said, "I quit."
In solidarity with his fellow sisters. I loved it. So
he couldn't believe that. I'm like, you gonna give? That's like his commission, basically. Yeah. His commission. You cost me money from my pocket
for discrimination
because you don't wanna sell
a
dress.
Yep.
I said,
Pose comes on Sundays, I believe, 9/8 Central on FX.
Yeah, same time as Married to Medicine.
Guess what I record and guess what I watch?
What?
I've been watching Pose and going back and watching. Well, actually, I haven't really watched Married to Medicine in a few weeks, but
I haven't seen the past couple of weeks. But I saw yesterday's episode.
Did you? Okay.
And they all fake to me.
I'm tired of them. I'm really tired. They need to bring Mariah back. They need to quit playing and bring Mariah right on back.
They need to take Quad out the equation.
Who?
Quad need to be out the equation.
I think Quad is the only reason why people still watching Quad and Loudmouth.
But see, she's like a friend to the show. She really don't have a role like the others.
Well, that's why they made her friend to the show. They made her friend to the show because of that. Married to Medicine, I just think they need to throw in the towel. But make sure you check out the post. Oh, and Real Housewives of Potomac will be airing. I think the first episode airs July the 11th on Bravo. So make sure you.
I've been watching Real House of Beverly Hills.
Okay. Still boring.
It's getting interesting because this is going to be the episode. This is going to be the season about Erica Jane and her divorce and stuff. It's going to be really good. Yeah. And it was so funny because they showed like previews of what was coming. And one of the new girls, Erica said, "You need to stop talking all that about me. Talk about me. You need to stop it. You don't stop it." She was like, "You don't talk to me like that. You don't talk to me like that, or else." And then Erica said, "Or else what?" And the woman said, "Oh, nothing. Or else nothing." She said, "That's what I thought." I was like, these women.
I still think that the white ones are a little bit a lot worse than the black ones.
They catty and petty in their own type of way that it is just so hilarious.
Yeah.
It is so hilarious.
It's a mess. Okay. Next slide.
Next slide, please.
Yeah. If we can get okay. This is us. We're gonna why are you looking like that? Last week's episode, we kind of saw them kind of go through changes. Or I'm sorry, week before last, because week before last. We saw them go through changes.
And I didn't finish. That's why I'm not saying nothing because I didn't finish
this past week's episode. Okay, it's okay. I got you. So the previous week, we kind of saw the demise of Beth's dance studio. It showed her different times. It showed her in a relationship with Randall, and it also showed where Beth went through not having a dancer's body, but being an awesome dancer and not getting those lead roles like she wanted to because she didn't have the dancer's body.
It's not. I don't think it's because she didn't have the dancer's body.
Why do you think?
Because she was black.
I don't think it was because she was black. And the reason why I don't think it was because she was black is because, let's be honest and clear, Beth is not she's not a black that is offensive, if that makes sense. In essence, she's lighter complected. So I don't think it had anything to do with her being black. I really think that the whole time that she dealt with dance, they always talked about her not having the body of a dancer. And if you watch, like, I know you watched the Debbie Allen thing on Netflix. A lot of those girls, when they talk about the history of ballet and how they prepare Russian ballerinas, they really train them, and it's vigorous and it's harsh and it's cruel, and it takes them through so many changes with their body. But they tell them I think they do some real crazy stuff to make sure that they have the bodies of a dancer, if that makes sense. A lot of the dancers anorexic because they have to be a certain way. It's a lot that goes into that. So I really wholeheartedly believe that it's because she did not have the body of.
But think about it. Okay, they saying that she didn't have the body. Why? Because she was a black woman who had a black woman's body.
But I'm saying she's not the only one that they've told. I took ballet. That's what I'm saying. I understand. Yes, we got hips, we got butt. It's some white girls that got hips and butt that they go through anorexia and bulimia because they don't have a dancer's body. What was the ballet show that we was watching on Netflix? That I'm trying to see they have
Fire Up or something like that. Hold on, let me see.
Okay, hold on. A lot of them, even the guys, were going through dealing with anorexia. Yeah, I don't think it was because she was black. I think it's because she didn't have a dancer's body, literally. And that goes for anybody, regardless of your color. It goes for. I've seen it. It was another movie that Zoe Saldana, I think that was the first movie I ever seen her in.
Center Stage. I will watch it all the time when it comes on.
And you know, one of the lead ballerinas was anorexic, and she was white because they kept talking about her weight.
No, not her. That was not her. They kicked out the girl. They kept talking about the weight. And the lead ballerina, she just threw up to keep her body shape.
Correct, but I'm just telling you,
they never told her.
Pressure,
right.
They're under pressure to keep a certain weight, to be thin, to be skinny. They're under that pressure. If you think that just because somebody's talking about weight, it's all across the board. You got to be a certain weight. Even, let me also go here. Even in the dancers in the bands, in the HBCU bands, I had a classmate who they used to tell her she needed to lose weight. Awesome dancer, like one of the best dancers I've ever seen in my life. But they always told her weight needed to be a certain, you know what I'm saying, weight. That's how it is in dance, period. And this is an all-black school, and they telling the black girl, hey, girl, you need to lose some weight to be a J set. You understand what I'm saying? It's not just that. So I don't think it was because of color. I think it's just because she didn't have a dancer's body. Period. But we saw the demise of her. We saw the demise of her studio. We saw kind of the dynamic in different stages. She didn't get the lead in Swan Lake like she wanted. Randall surprised her, took her to Swan Lake. Yeah, she wasn't. She was like, take me home. We're going to eat at the house. We're not doing this. He was like, but I done bought these tickets, and he didn't understand what was going on. So it was that dynamic that you saw, and she was a small business who lost her business due to the pandemic. So that was interesting. We also saw Madison take Beth and Rebecca to pick out her wedding dress. And throughout the episode, her dad's blowing her up, trying to see, what's going on, what's up. Finally, she finds out her dad's not going to be at the wedding.
Yeah.
We see Toby, who is struggling with being a stay-at-home dad. And I do think he's depressed, but I think it's more so because he lost his job. And he really doesn't feel like being a stay-at-home dad is the life for him. So you see him and his dad fix something that's broken, a busted pipe or something that's leaking and that's broken the house, and they kind of do that together.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. they kind of do that together and kind of get that dynamic together. So everybody's kind of going through some transition stages here. I think there are going to be some bombs dropped on the season finale that's coming up. On this past week's episode, there's the bachelor/bachelorette party. One thing that is brought up and brought to light is the fact that it seems like Kevin only got with Madison because he got her pregnant. His uncle said that. And I think it's something more to the story between the uncle and his long lost love that he had. So I think it's something a little different with that. But he's kind of calling. Nobody's really saying anything. But and the girls are kind of mentioning that as well to Madison, or Madison's pointed out, well, it might be because, we got pregnant, but it didn't happen in a conventional way. It's kind of like they're trying to convince one another that the marriage is the right decision and the right choice since they have the twins. It's pretty crazy. I liked the different parties that they had. I did like that. The guys just kind of sat around. They watched oh my God, I can't hear you because you on mute.
It rained on them, didn't it? They were supposed to go.
It did rain on them when they were outside, but they ended up pulling out some old movies and they watched Jerry Maguire. That was Kevin's first film, and I think that's when Kevin decided he really, really was gonna do this acting thing. Like, I think he felt like he was gonna be the next Tom Cruise. But he loved that movie. Him and his dad went to the movie to go see it. That was just one of his favorite movies, so they watched that. Madison and the girls, they kind of had like a spa day at the house, and then they had like a little paint party. It was really, really cute.
And hold on, what tripped me out is, so was this last week? So I probably did watch some of it.
Yeah.
So wasn't the model somebody that Madison
used to date? Yep. Who ghosted her and did not call her back.
Tiny Pretty Things. That's what it was. That's
Pretty Things. Okay. So I think Toby took this job and he told Beth.
Okay, that's what
I'm sorry. He didn't tell Kate at all. And the job is in San Francisco.
Oh. That means she's gonna have to quit her job.
And San Francisco really is like 2 hours away, but yeah, she would have to quit what she loves doing to move to San Francisco because he took this job because his little ego is hurt because he don't have a job.
He don't want to be a house husband anymore.
Doesn't want to be a house husband. It's a miserable thing for him to be.
Poor baby.
Kevin deleted Sophie's number.
Okay.
We saw that at the end of the episode because he did talk to Sophie, but he went on and deleted that number because in his mind he feels like what he's doing is right. I think Beth is gonna be okay with the choice that she made. And Rebecca mentioned how she felt so left out of Randall's life now because Randall, got to go to New Orleans and Randall got to do this. And she said, just pick up the phone, call that man and ask him. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to wonder and worry about how far he's drifting away. Just ask your son what's up. That's it. All you have to do. This upcoming episode is the wedding, and it is the last episode of the season. And next season is the last season.
Yeah. So tomorrow is the season finale.
Tomorrow is the season finale. And that's it. We're going to go to the next slide and talk about Handmaid's Tale. I'm gonna let you start because I need to go tell little short person to come on in his house because it's dark. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and start last week's episode.
Oh my gosh. How do we go from last week's episode? Okay, so it starts off basically, I don't know if it starts with them. It was June and Janine in the train with the milk. I'm trying to think if it was in the middle of that episode or whatnot. Okay, but anyway, Janine, June, and the other 4 girls, they was on their way to go to their little concentration camp like thing, right?
Right.
Okay. So I was eating ice cream. That's why I'm not on this camera, but I get on.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
you can put me back up. I'm back.
Okay. And so while the train was going, they fought off Aunt Lydia. I still don't understand why she ain't dead, but I think like you were right. She got a soft spot for Lydia. That's why she didn't kill her.
Yeah.
So while they was running towards the train, where the train was, one of the handmaids got shot and killed. And then was it the rest of them except for Janine
except for
June?
Janine. So it was 4 more.
Except for Janine and June.
Yeah.
The others got hit by the train and killed.
Absolutely.
So they just ran.
They
end up going inside a train tank that was full of milk, because the episode was called Milk.
It was.
And so the train was going and they ended up stopping, and you heard shots. You heard gunshots and everything, and people going and everything. And Janine was scared. She was like, no, we ain't gonna go out. She was like, look, they're fighting these people, so that's who we need to be around. We need to be around those who are fighting these people. So they end up getting out, and of course the girl was one of the girls that was fighting against Gilead folks. And she was like, well, who are you? What are you doing? Why are y'all here? Do you have any weapons? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And so June had to explain, look, we're escaping from Gilead. We need to get out of here. We need help. So they ended up taking them to where they are at. And you can go ahead from there.
Okay. So they make it to they're in Chicago with this group of people. And June decides she's gonna keep going. I think June wants to get back to Gilead so she can get her daughter, but we don't know what her move is going to be. I feel like let that little girl stay right there until
if she don't know who you are.
I don't even think she does. I don't think it's that she doesn't know who she is. I think it's that they have brainwashed her and confused her so much so to the point to where they have her scared of June. So with that being said, since they have her terrified of June, she doesn't know kind of what to do. And she hates that she couldn't get to her daughter. And she couldn't get to her daughter because they made sure they kept close reins on her daughter.
Because they knew she was trying to get her.
And so they made sure that they kind of kept that to where it needed to be. And so she couldn't get a daughter. And so she saved all these kids, these 80-something kids, but her daughter wasn't one of those 80 kids. So her whole mission and goal is to get back to Gilead so she can get her daughter. But how you gonna do that, June? You need help. You need help.
And then they want you. You are the number one enemy.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill you as soon as they find you.
They're gonna kill you. So the guy who's running the little rebel group decided that he want him some, so he's gonna say, well, if y'all want to stay here, y'all can we can have relations. And Janine was like, I got it, let's do it, because I need some. I ain't had none in a while. We've been running. So
I gotta open my legs.
Right. So I got this. Don't even worry about it. You ain't got the food with her. She look crazy. You might not want none of that. No way. So Janine, offers herself up as the sacrificial lamb here.
Hold on. What's that song? What's that song by Issa Rae on the first season of Insecure? And she was rapping.
Which one? Oh, broken pussy.
That's June.
Woo! Oh no, not broken pussy. Okay, so she has really said, you know what? I'm gonna stay behind because we need to be with somebody. They looking for us. Well, they really looking for you. But I feel like this is our best bet for safety. And June was like, well, I'm gonna leave. I'll be hollering at you.
And I think Janine should have stayed there. Do you think if Janine would have stayed there, she would have still that it would have bombed the place that she was at?
Yeah, because I think that whole place, because it wasn't like June had walked that far from camp, if that makes sense. So right. I believe wholeheartedly that that June, I think she would have got either way.
Okay, so
but here's the other thing. I don't think that Janine is
dead. I don't think so either.
I don't think she's dead. I think and I believe that Janine is still alive, and I think she was left at that camp with those people, which we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves. So
yeah,
it gets, but June leaves, and somebody's following her, and she's like, "Who is? I ain't got time for this today." And she turns around and she sees Janine. Well, she's under the car, and Janine dips down and, "Hey, girl." She said, "I thought she was gonna say, no, you're home. We're gonna do this together. I just needed a little tune-up. That's all, girl. I'm good." I just needed a little tune-up. That's it. So, so here we go. We have planes flying overhead after they've walked for a little bit, and then all of a sudden they dropping bombs, which this was something that was ordered by the people in Gilead. And so little do we know, Mara.
Do you think it was a retaliation from when the train was attacked?
Could be. It could be retaliation from the train being attacked, or it could be they just mad because they have broke up their utopia, what they've built. And then not only that, the main commander and the woman, cult Barbie and Ken are locked up in Canada. So they trying to think of a plan of attack so that they can do their thing. So with that being said, bombs go off that separates June and Janine. And then when June gets up, she sees Mora. At first, and we're going into the next episode, she don't know who Mora is, or at least it seems like she don't know who Mora is, but she's flashbacking to back when, before the world ended as they knew it, where she and Mora were roommates and they were besties. And
isn't she her husband's sister?
No.
Okay,
so,
I thought they were sisters.
Right. I never thought that they were sisters. I thought when I first saw the show, I thought that Mora and June were best friends and they'd known each other for a long time. And Mora just is fitting into, she was always with them because that's her best friend. Mora did not like her husband at first. I think his name is Kevin. I think that's his name. She did not like him at first. She did not want June to marry him because he was married.
Do you think the reason why she didn't want him, another reason why she was slick in love with June?
Nah, I don't think she was in love with June. I think, here's what I think. So the reason why they picked June to go with the main family, let me tell you why. They knew her business. They knew that June and Kev cheated with one another because he was married previously.
Mm-hmm.
His main reason for having issues with his wife, we find out in this episode, was because Mora said it, she couldn't
have kids. Mm-hmm.
So she felt like if you can't have kids, he gonna leave you. Like she just had all these reasons on top of the fact that he cheated with.
I'm gonna put my glasses on. My contacts is bugging me, but go ahead.
Okay. That he cheated with June on his wife. Left the wife and him and June got married. So I remember seasons back, they kept saying, you cheated with this man on his wife, and they kind of punished her. Like, they took her through more changes. Although she was very rebellious, they really took her through more changes and put her with this main family, the head honchos, the people who created this mess in the first place, because they really, really wanted to punish her, and took her baby from her, had her baby over here with these folk, and kept that baby hostage because of her backstory and the things that she went through. So Moore didn't like it, and I think really Moore didn't like it because her best friend was leaving her. Her best friend was moving out and moving in with her husband or fiance. And so June also did not take his last name. She kept her last name. There was a request of her mom to do so. So with that being said, she defied everything there was about marriage and what the traditional marriage looks like, if you will. So yeah, that was a problem. That was a problem on so many levels. So with that being said, she sees Mora's trying to get her. She's trying to look for Janine. She don't see Janine. Where's Janine? Mora's like, we're gonna help you find Janine. We're just gonna get you to where you need to be. We'll do that. But come with me because we need to get you help. We need to get you and get you to safety. Well, they get her to safety. But they take us to this camp, like a concentration camp, which I didn't understand why they went to Chicago, because all they did was they transported these people to concentration camp and they left them at the concentration camp. It didn't make sense to me. So
because they was doing a bomb again. That's why they didn't want to be caught in that bombing.
They weren't planning on taking them people with them. It had nothing to do with the bomb. The bomb had already gone off. They had everything to do with not having room, because they didn't have no room on their boat to take all those people with them. Their goal was to get them to the concentration camp and leave them there for whatever reason. That part I don't know. But that's what they did. Their whole goal was to save them and take them to a concentration camp where they're sick, they're hurt, they don't have anybody to really look after them, take care of them, they're hungry, they're probably going to die from hunger, that sort of thing. It's really, really a crazy situation. It's like, but you want the freedom. But in order for them to enjoy the freedoms that they enjoy, they have to leave those people where they are, because if they try to take them or get them across the border, they're going to be in trouble. So Moira, this was her first mission, because she had been working in the office and placing the people with their lost loved ones and family members, because that's been a thing of hers that she wanted to do. And she wanted to make sure that people found, their lost loved ones. So with that being said, she worked, and then she went on her first mission, and Chicago was her first mission. Well, her having June and her girlfriend telling her, you're going to have to leave this girl here. That's what you're going to have to do. She can't go with us. Leave her over there in the cages with the other people. We got to go. We'll holler. Okay? So, with that being said, Mara's like, I'm not going to leave my best friend. I'm not going to do that. June like, no, I gotta go find Janine. I need to go back to Gilead. I need to go get my child. Like, they're going through all these changes, and she's finally convinces her to get on the boat. She gets on the boat. She's hiding her, and then she said, oh yeah, we gotta go through checkpoint. The girl says it to her. She said checkpoint.
She's like, a what?
Yeah, they gotta check to make sure we ain't smuggling nobody in the country. I got something to tell you. Hold that thought.
I think that was the end of their relationship right there.
Oh yeah. I think it would have been, let me say this. I think when the girl told her kind of how they did things, I think Moira had a problem then. And I think that was going to be the end of their relationship at that point. I don't think they were going to continue after that, because had Moira left June where she was, she would have resented the girlfriend for following her instructions. So I think that was bound to happen either way. Has she followed the instructions or has she not followed the instructions? They were going to break up. I think so. So they get on the boat. They're trying to decide, or they find June. They're trying to decide what to do. What do we do?
We're gonna turn me in. She said, you can turn me in.
Just turn me in. You know, she didn't, Maura was like, well, it was my fault. It wasn't her fault. I convinced her to come. I didn't want to leave her behind. This is my best friend. I've been looking for her, the whole time. She been here. Well, she's here. So I want to take her to Canada so she can be free. Her child up there, her other child up there, her husband up there. Let's get her to where she needs to be. Well, she said, just turn me in. They was like, huh? You don't want to be free? Okay. At the last minute, when they're getting ready to come up on checkpoint, the girl, they were like, they could kill her because they looking for her. They really could kill her. And they were like, yeah. Girlfriend at the last minute decides to get an ID made for her and make sure, we can get through and get her into Canada. It works after they give her the 3rd, 5th, 10th degree. It works. And then this heifer gets on the boat. I didn't see that part, so you're going to have to jump in here.
Okay. So she gets on the boat and she's basically crying. She tells the girl, she tells Mara, okay, they had her in front of me. When they was torturing me, they had her in front of me and I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't do anything to save her. I couldn't do anything. And, I said they had her because they knew it was going to affect me and stuff, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And she was like, I can't go to him, talking about her husband.
Right.
Without her. I can't go to him without her. He's not going to forgive me. She was like, he's been looking for you for years. He's been waiting for you for years.
Yeah.
And she was just still on the trip that she had to go back to. Exactly.
He raising your baby.
Still on the trip that she has to go back to Gilead. She got to get her daughter.
Yeah.
But then how it ended, they got off of the dock, out of the boat. They in Canada. So she's in a room that's in the docks, one of those docks rooms. And she hears her husband's voice. And her husband opens the door. And she just looks at him and she just starts bawling. She was like, I couldn't bring her. I couldn't save her. I couldn't bring her. And he just embraced her. And that's how it ended.
And here's the thing. I think they're going to get the baby. It's just that you have to have a plan, John. You can't be the Terminator. You cannot.
Well, see, I'm thinking because June, she done went through the ringer. She done tried to escape once while pregnant without the baby. You remember, without the child. She tried to go to Canada.
I remember that, and got caught.
Got a call. It was on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Then she was at a house where she was almost about to give birth to the baby. Didn't she get attacked by a dog or something? She got attacked by something.
What happened? But Nick had her up at this house, and they were going to hide. And they were going to leave and run away, and that didn't work out.
And then her what they call those, her partner that she walks with and everything, black girl. Didn't the black girl try to kill herself?
Yep. Did she not succeed? I thought she succeeded.
But they kept her alive long enough so the baby can still be alive.
Yeah.
Because she was pregnant.
Yep.
Okay. Then she finally escapes again, gets shot. When she was rescuing those babies and stuff, she gets shot. And then
no anesthesia.
Gets caught again. And they torture her like they be torturing them Islamic people at them high detention bases from the U.S. military. They did the Olivia Pope style type of
B613 torture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so she's thinking, look, and then she almost got raped again because she's been raped.
Yep.
And then a bomb. She was in the middle of a bombing. So she's thinking right now she's invincible. That's what June is thinking. And that's why June thinks that she can go back to Gilead and get the baby. Because she's saying, look, I have been through A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm going. I can go through. I think I can survive I and J and K.
Right. So I'm hoping and praying that she kind of lays low a little bit in Canada because she's there illegally. And
it's coming on tomorrow, so I can't wait.
Tomorrow or Wednesday?
It's tomorrow. Let me look. Make sure.
It comes on Wednesdays.
Girl, hold on. I'm a bet because it said, because I was looking at it and it said tomorrow. It don't come on Wednesdays. Let's see.
On Wednesdays.
Hold on.
Handmaid still come on every Wednesday.
Hold on.
Every Wednesday on Hulu.
It says airs tomorrow at 11 p.m.
That's
Episode 7.
Okay, listen to me.
But what is tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Tuesday. But that's our time, ma'am. They're probably going by Eastern time. Listen, it normally comes on Wednesdays. That's what I'm telling you.
But hold on. But if it's Eastern time, and it's
Wednesday is midnight.
I know it's midnight, but it's still 11 o'clock. Even if it's on our time, it's still coming on tomorrow. Even though it's at 11, it's still tomorrow.
Normally, The Handmaid's Tale comes on Wednesdays. It always has since the show has aired. Okay.
But now it's saying airs tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow is Tuesday.
I'm not gonna be up at 11 o'clock to watch Handmaid's Tale. I'm not. Okay. I will catch it on Wednesday. But that's when it normally airs on Hulu. And I don't know if maybe that's the season finale because I don't know how many episodes this season is gonna be because of COVID. So we'll see. We shall see.
COVID just messed everything.
It has. Thank you, producer. You can let that go bye-bye now.
So, I see what I see, and it says airs tomorrow.
It's fine. It is fine. Okay, so this last week we, on the episode that we didn't get to air, we talked about and discussed series that were being renewed and that were being canceled. So I'm gonna go by the networks.
Next slide, please.
Next slide, sir. Okay, I'm gonna go by the networks to kind of let you know what's gonna be renewed, and I'm not gonna call out all of these because some of them it don't matter because we don't watch them anyway. But I am gonna start off with some of the top series. Of course, the Chicago franchise in NBC world, Chicago Med, Fire PD, they have been renewed for 2 more seasons each. So we get to, I have never watched the Chicagos. I see them. I'm
like, it's too much. It's too many hospital shows. It's too many police shows. It's too many. I don't even like to watch the fire shows. I'm like,
really?
No.
I like the fire shows. Okay, so they have been renewed. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which started off at Fox and NBC ended up picking it up when Fox canceled it. They will air their 8th and final season next season. The Blacklist has also been renewed. Some of the new shows, like we know Law and Order SVU, they're renewed through season 24. Law and Order Organized Crime with My Bae Stabler,
who was also appeared on the first season of Pose.
He did, but that's My Bae in real life. He don't know it yet, but that's My Bae. Organized Crime, New Amsterdam also has been renewed through season 5.
That show is boring. I'm sorry.
Is New Amsterdam boring?
To me, it is.
Oh, okay. You don't like the medical shows, so apparently it is boring to you.
The medical shows is okay. I used to be into Grey's Anatomy, but I'm like Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy is on season 100 right now. And
that's the only show on Shonda Rhimes that they got to hold on to.
No, that she has a fire show on there.
Fire show, the Fire
Yeah.
19.
Yeah. Station 19, and they've had some crossover episodes with Grey's Anatomy, and then of course we talked about this earlier. This Is Us has been renewed for the 6th and final season. Now, freshman comedies Kenan and Young Rock have also been renewed again for a new season. The series that have been canceled on NBC are Superstore and Connecting, which I loved. Superstore was hilarious, but we knew it was ending. America Ferrera left at the beginning of the 5th season. She came back to do the finale episode, so that they aired their finale in March. But if you want a good comedy to binge, they're 30-minute episodes, 20-something minute episodes a piece. It's so good. It's so funny. I love it. And then series that we haven't got a decision on yet. Manifest is one of them. Good Girls is another. And Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist is another. We're just waiting on a decision. So here we go. Renewed on ABC, A Million Little Things. Those people can't catch a break. Big Sky.
Okay.
Blackish will be airing its 8th and final season. Okay. The Connors, which I'm excited about. The Goldbergs.
I love the Goldbergs. I love the Goldbergs, and I just want to see how they're going to do with the grandfather being deceased in real life.
Right. I remember you telling me that he died in real life. The Good Doctor, Grey's Anatomy.
I heard this episode gonna be good tonight. Do you still watch The Good Doctor?
I gotta get caught up. I have to go back and binge, because I think in the new year I didn't really. I watched it when it first started, and then I stopped. But I gotta go back and watch it, so I'll get caught up. And then Grey's Anatomy on its 100th season. Station 19 and The Rookie also were renewed. American Housewife got canceled. For Life got canceled. I love that show.
Okay, I love her on the movie For Christmas with Reese Witherspoon and Vince. What's his name? Vince.
You talking about the girl that plays? Yeah, because she plays John Favreau's wife. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she's hilarious. I'm telling you. Although this show got canceled, and I loved American Housewife, I don't know why I stopped watching it, but I love it because she's hilarious. She is really hilarious in real life. That girl is funny. They're gonna find something for her. They are. Call Your Mother, which I didn't say. For Life. Stumptown. I loved Stumptown. I thought it was really cool. Colby Smulders, who is of y'all seen her in the Marvel movies. Take me back, sir. Take me back. My face too big. But y'all have seen her. She plays Nick Fury's sidekick in all the Marvel movies. She's also on How I Met Your Mother. She plays Robin on there. Hilarious. I love this show. I thought it was really, really good. But For Life got canceled as well. I really loved For Life. Mixed-ish got canceled, and Rebel, who just started with Katie Seagal, got canceled.
It probably didn't get enough viewings for the first couple of episodes.
Yeah, I started watching it. I like it, but maybe the ratings said otherwise. On Fox, 911 and 911 Lone Star were renewed. I'm not surprised. They're very good shows, both of them. Bob's Burgers, Call Me Kat, that has oh my God, Mayim Balik. I think I'm pronouncing her name right. On it.
Pratt and
Blossom. Okay. Blossom is on there, and Kyla Pratt. Duncanville, I don't know what that is. Family Guy, The Great North for seasons 2 and 3, The Resident, and The Simpsons for seasons 33 and 34.
And they have not aged a bit.
They haven't.
Homer and Marge should be in retirement homes by now.
They really should.
The grandfather should have been long gone.
We should have eulogized him a long time ago. Yes.
Right. Yes. And all of the kids should be having kids and almost grandkids by now. So
here's my issue with the cartoons. I feel like they should grow with us. Okay.
Because didn't they try to do that with Rugrats?
Yeah, but you know what they did? They have a grown-up version of Rugrats. So here's my issue, okay? And I take issue with this because my oldest child, I really feel like Nemo taught him how to really use the English language to its full capacity, okay? Because he memorized the movie at the age of 1 from beginning to freaking end. We always watch Finding Nemo. Let's be clear, okay? So
mine was The Backyardigans.
No. This Finding Nemo was another level. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Nemo was going to kindergarten in this movie. My child was 1. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Child was 1. Mm-hmm. We go to see Finding Dory. How many years later was that? When we was looking for Dory? Why this child still in kindergarten? Why he ain't changed? He ain't got... My baby should not be older than Nemo. I have a problem with that cartoon. This man, he is graduated from high school here in college, and we got Dora just a couple of years ago. And let me tell you something. The man should not still be 5. Nemo should grow with the kids. Show the children that we grow up. Okay?
I think they did an episode of The Simpsons where they had all grown up.
They did. That was so many years ago. Maggie still did not say any words. Period.
But she didn't even have the pacifier in her mouth.
She didn't have the pacifier.
Every time she would try to say something, they would, make it seem like something happened.
She ain't talk. Listen, so I just want to put that out there right now. Simpsons do better. Let these people grow up.
Simpsons got like a couple more seasons and then they're done.
I keep saying it every year, and they renew them for 2 more seasons every time I say that. I don't think so. Let me tell you why the Simpsons is not going to get canceled. Because the Simpsons be predicting the future. Do you understand what I'm saying? The Simpsons predicted that Donald Trump was going to be the president of the United States of America. Okay?
They predicted the death of Prince and Kobe Bryant.
Listen, I don't know who been telling them the secrets of the world, but I don't think the Simpsons ever gonna cancel for those reasons alone.
They predicted the coronavirus.
They predicted all this stuff. Something going on. Somebody in the lab somewhere creating all this stuff. I'm just saying.
Murder hornets.
So cancel series, Filthy Rich. We were very hurt by that because that was a good show.
It was a good show.
I think the evangelicals didn't like it. Last Man Standing and Prodigal Son. I thought Prodigal Son was really, really good. This was his second season. Didn't last. Really, really good. It was a thriller, and I loved it. Last Man Standing. This is his second run. What's his name? From Home Improvement.
Tim Burton or something like that.
Tim Burton. I know it's Tim something. He had a great run on ABC. It got canceled. Fox picked it up. Now they have canceled it again. I don't think anybody else is going to pick him up. Let's see. On CBS.
Tim Allen.
I knew it was a Tim somebody. CBS. I don't know what Blood and Treasure is, but it's renewed for season 2. Blue Bloods have been they getting like Shonda in them too with Blue Bloods. They've been on TV for a while. Bull has been picked up. Bob Hart's Abishola is a cute comedy. I love it. They've been renewed. I'm excited about that. The Equalizer with Queen Latifah. Let me tell y'all something. For those who doubt it, Queen Latifah is kicking butt and taking names. She's whooping up on the people, and I'm loving every minute of it. That show has been renewed. Evil has been renewed for season 2. I don't do the spirit shows and movies.
I don't. As long as I don't give their spirits no energy, it's not going to bother me.
I ain't gonna do that. The FBI and FBI Most Wanted. Magnum PI, NCIS LA, The Neighborhood, another cute comedy with Cedric the Entertainer and Tachina Arnold. SEAL Team is moving to Paramount Plus. Young Sheldon has been renewed for seasons 5, 6, and 7.
And I think the show that you like that's canceled, that's going to be canceled, should go to
All
Paramount
Rise
Plus.
has been canceled. MacGyver.
I think it should go to Paramount Plus as well.
I think so too. Why they ain't take All Rise to Paramount Plus? I'm sorry. MacGyver, Mom, NCIS New Orleans. I loved it. And the comedy, The Unicorn.
I couldn't get into the last season of Mom. Mom is very funny, number one.
Mom was hilarious. So let me tell you what I used to love. So they used to have the lineup on Mondays and Thursdays, and my sister and I used to watch it. So we used to watch Two Broke Girls. We used to watch Mom. We used to watch The Big Bang Theory and How I Met Your Mother. Like those were my shows on CBS. I loved them.
But I hate that this last season, because this is the last season. I think they played it.
Yeah, this was the last season that they played. Because the daughter, she left, and I don't know why she left the series, but she
forgot
left.
too. She left.
And I didn't realize that because I didn't watch this past season of Mom. But it's very, very funny.
It's very funny because she's trying her best. She's a single mom trying her best to, with her kids. Her daughter ended up getting pregnant and stuff, like following the same footsteps.
But it's really funny.
Then her son decided, look, I don't want to stay with you no more. I want to stay with Dad and his rich
and
new
you know
wife.
What? The guy who plays the dad on Mom, the kid's father on Mom, he's Bob's brother on Bob Hart's Albert Show. It's so funny. I said, this man right here is something wrong with him in real life. It got to be because I keep casting him in the same type of roles. But yeah. So it's really funny. I love it. The CW, I think, is the last one. We'll sneak in some Hulu and Netflix series that may be canceling and renewed. They're not in this listing. The CW has All American, Batwoman, Charmed, which I don't like this version of Charmed. I like the old version of Charmed. Coroner, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, DC Stargirl, Dead Pixels, Dynasty, The Flash, In the Dark, Kung Fu, Legacies, Nancy Drew, Riverdale, Roswell.
Okay, you said it. I was
Roswell, New Mexico, Superman and Lois, Two Sentence Horror Stories, and Walker, which is short for Walker.
When are they going to watch? When are they going to air these stuff? That's a lot of. If you think about
the CW have. So let's talk about this. The CW at least do 2 shows a night, and then some of them, like for instance, All American started in January, and I think they're going to continue this. I thought that it would be good for them to go from, the fall all the way through. All American just restarted in January, so I really think they're going to do kind of like half seasons, if that makes sense. Because they have a whole lot of shows. They really, really do. What did get canceled was Black Lightning, which I'm very disappointed by. Bulletproof.
I've been watching. What's the girl, China?
Yeah, China left the show, but I think she left. I think they recorded her, they recorded all her stuff. So I don't know if these last few episodes she's not going to be on, because
she made that decision. She said she's leaving Hollywood.
Yeah, she kind of let them go. Black Lightning, Bulletproof, Burden of Truth, Pandora, Supergirl. Supergirl had been on for a while. Supergirl started on CBS and CW picked it up, and then Trickster. I don't know any of these other shows that's waiting a decision on the CW. But I'm super excited about this. Like I said, we'll talk about Netflix and Hulu a little bit. Maybe on the next episode, we'll just do a segment for that. What do you think about the shows that are being canceled? Are you sad to see anything go?
The only show that I'm really sad to see go, I love, was the NCIS New Orleans.
I love New Orleans too.
And I'm like, okay.
But they kept the other NCISs because I like LA.
Don't care about that.
You don't like LA? Wait a minute. Hold on. You don't like Cool J?
You know what? It's just so much of him I can watch. I'm sorry. Of LL. This lady doesn't too much love LL. I'm sorry.
Oh, I've been in love with LL for years. Okay.
But then, let me see what else. That's it. The mom, but the reason why I like Mom, because of the dynamic between Christy,
the mother and the
mom.
Yeah.
Because the mama was just look, I did it, and what? Do you care?
I love she was unapologetically herself, and I dig it. I love I hate that All Rise and For Life Are Gone. I really do hate. Those were my 2 go-to shows. Legal dramas, Really, really good. For Life was based on a true story. All Rise. I love seeing that sister get those people together in that courtroom, and she was doing it differently. She wasn't doing the status quo of being a judge. She was kind of painting outside the lines. Reminds me of Judge Joe Brown when he was here as a judge. I used to go when I had little internships and wanted to, shadow attorneys for the day because I used to want to be an attorney. I got to sit in his courtroom a few times, and he didn't do what they expected him to do, which was send all the black kids to jail. He did different things to kind of help people and in their cases, and she genuinely cares about it, but she wants to make her own mark. And I thought that was different and refreshing. So I hate it. And I do think a lot of the shows have canceled due to COVID. I'm just going to keep it very real. We also probably need to go over some of the cable shows because like Insecure, this is the last season.
Oh,
they actually
you know what? Oh, yes. Friday, the 27th, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
The reunion of Friends is going to be on HBO.
That is coming on HBO Max, and I can't wait because I loved Friends. There's a lot of my now. Let me tell you something. The original Friends, the original Friends was living single. I do think they took that concept and used it and kind of made it broader. But I'm excited because I did like Friends. I really did like Friends. I think that's going to be good. I think a lot of these shows are going to do reunions.
I kind of want to see Legendary.
Huh?
Legendary.
What is that?
Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's Pose, but times 10 with the ballroom stuff.
Okay.
And I think I see that it's on their second season. Girl, it's too many.
Where did you see that?
On HBO Max.
Okay. I'll check it out.
We was talking about shows and stuff.
Yeah.
We do need to talk about the shows that's on the streaming.
Right. That's why I said we do need to talk about what's been renewed, what's gonna be the last season and that sort of thing on Netflix and Hulu. What's been canceled. If you had to bring a show back, what show would you bring back?
Really?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a tie.
Okay.
It's gonna be a tie between The Cosby Show and Three's Company. I don't know why. I love Three's Company.
Why?
I love Three's Company. I just love it.
Those are two different spectrums of
apples and oranges. I know, but it's a tie in my book because I watch it every time it comes on.
Really?
Because the sexual tension is just blatantly there. They just put it all out there, but without putting it out there, it's just funny. And of course, with the Cosby Show, it put Black families in such a positive light. Like you had a married couple, number one, because the last married couple we saw. Well, no, it's not the last married couple because we had George and Wheezy.
We had George and Wheezy.
But you saw James in Florida. Yeah. And then James died. They said, we're going to have to remove the dad out of the situation. But you really saw a middle-class family, Black family, a father who's a doctor, a mother who's a lawyer, who emphasize the power of education to their children and the gift of communication with their children. Because the positivity was just awesome. I always wanted to be Claire.
I did. I wanted to be an attorney, probably because of watching her. The shows, I'm gonna do two shows that I kind of was inspired by coming up. The first one I say would be A Different World. They teased doing a remake of A Different World, and I would have loved to have seen that. I read what the scenario was gonna be. Very good.
But hold on E. they're having a show of road reunions. So they're going to do a reunion with the cast of Different World.
And they've done it because when they did
Yeah.
the 30th anniversary or 20th and whatever it was, they did a reunion for them. But I would like to see the
how they were,
show. Yeah,
like how they are now in
Yeah,
2021.
yeah, like
Whitley and Dwayne still married.
Right.
How is their kid?
Yeah.
It would have been like their kid going off to Hillman.
Right. I would like to see that
nice.
dynamic. Yeah. So it and so what Boomerang tried to do. I don't know if you've ever seen the episode of the series of Boomerang on BET, but what Boomerang tried to do, I think they should have done that with a different word. I feel like they should have, and introduced us to some new characters. Not all of the kids being the kids of their parents, you know, but
at least one of them
infiltrate them into different points. I think that would have been dope. And then the other one that I hate to see get kicked off of TV was Living Single. I would have loved to see the dynamics and them maybe bringing in some new characters and kind of following that group of friends. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, everybody didn't end up single in the end, but just to follow that life. So if ever they were to do a remake, and they teased possibly doing a remake of the show, but again, they grown and I imagine everybody's married now. Kyle and Max, they didn't end up getting married, but they end up having a kid, that sort of thing. So all of those different dynamics, I would have loved to have seen it in a different light. Now, if they did a remake of it, I probably wouldn't be mad about it. They just would need to find some really, really good characters that could, embody some of the things, not necessarily another Max or another Khadijah or another Regine, but get some other characters and kind of follow their lives. So those are two shows that I would have loved to see continue. Just my thoughts on it. We're not gonna do a show of the week this week.
Good, because I didn't have one. I was trying to think of one.
Let me also say this. There is a show on BET Plus called Bigger. It's very, very good. I do want to put it out there.
Plus, now BET Plus, we're gonna have to talk after this live. We're gonna really have to talk after this live. We're gonna have to either split the cost of some of these streaming services.
I'll give you my logins. I got no problem doing it all. Also,
if you want my logins for HBO Max, you can cut it off.
I have HBO Max already. We got the Yeah, I got that.
Well, I got Paramount Plus.
I got that too.
Oh my gosh. What about Peacock?
I don't have Peacock.
Okay, so I get Peacock. and I give you the thing, so
Okay, we'll do that. We'll talk about it. So we next week maybe we'll talk about the Friends reunion. Maybe we can watch that, and that'll be our main topic next week. We are going to also delve into some of the season finales that are coming up, and we will talk about some of the renewed and canceled shows on Hulu, Netflix, and some of the streaming apps. So we're going to talk about those and some of the cable network shows that may be going away. Like
one that I can't wait to watch is the one with that damn Michael Che. I gotta watch that.
I have to watch that. Oh my God, yes. One of my classmates from Central, Janine Farmer, is actually in that show. She's been acting. She's been on a couple of the shows. New Amsterdam. She's been a nurse on another show. She's been really, really doing her thing. So I do want to give her a shout out because she's doing amazing things. Got to see her reel a couple of weeks ago on Facebook, and it was amazing. She's doing an excellent job as an actress. Keep doing it, girl. Keep being a SAG actress and doing your thing. Shout out. So we will be back next week with a new episode. So make sure you guys are liking the Size Up Official podcast so you can check us out. Also, listen,
share,
like, and subscribe. Please
subscribe and also hit that bell so you know when we go live.
When we go live. Yes, go ahead and subscribe.
You can subscribe to everybody, just not just one. Come on.
Come on.
Because what fun is that? You get opinions by different folks. Come on, you people.
Let's do it. Let's
do this.
Let's do it. Okay, so we'll see you guys next week.
Okay.
We're gonna sign off now. Bye.